So this just happened today. Against my better judgment, at the beginning of the month, I got a Tinder. I matched with a few guys. One of them is James. We ended up texting each other, and he seemed pretty chill and pretty into me. He's a decent-looking guy, and we seemed to click. He had apparently been in a relatively abusive relationship with a woman, and he was looking to start over. According to him, she had hit him with a frying pan and pepper sprayed him once. He kept going on about how crazy she was. Alright, it happens. We went out to the movies this past Friday, and I had a great time. We ended up talking for a few hours, and we hit it off pretty well. I asked about the ex because I was a bit curious as to why he'd stay with someone like that. He didn't say anything positive about her, just that she was crazy and had mental illnesses and didn't take her meds, that kind of stuff. She had tried to baby trap him, but she had a miscarriage. He expressed his relief that she didn't end up with the kid. He said he had felt obligated to her. Again, I get that. In all, I had a good time. This morning rolls around, and he tells me that he had hooked up with his ex last night and that he was going to try and work things out with her. Mildly insulting that I lost out to an abusive chick, but whatever. I tell him it's cool, and he then, a few hours later, texts me back to say that she was crazy and he thought she was changing, but she wasn't, blah, blah, blah. He kept asking if he could see me, and he was being very pushy about wanting to see me today. He begged for 5 minutes of my time so he could explain to me. I politely told him that I didn't want to be involved with someone who was so clearly hung up on his ex. This is where it got nuts. He admitted he still was, but that he wanted to see me today so I could meet her and she could determine if I was better for him than she was, and that she wanted him to be happy because he and I had a connection. I flipped after that, told him that the fact that he needed his ex to determine who was right for him was absolutely nuts, and that is not what love is, and that I wanted no part of it. His ex started texting me after that, and it was nonstop insults and incoherent shit that made no sense. She also dropped the bomb that she was his wife. I told her to fuck off, basically, and block the number. I went on Tinder to message him where I called him a piece of shit, and if he was intelligent, he should leave her and never message me again. He started to harass me, saying that I was miserable because they have a beautiful love together and all this crazy shit. He then went on to say, my wife knows where you work. I hope she doesn't do anything rational. I told him if that was a threat, I would gladly go to the police. He then said she's been to jail before. She's not afraid. That she loves him so much she'd fuck anyone up and risk jail for him. That she'd kill my friends, and if they tried to protect me, that she's armed and dangerous. I told him goodbye, reported him, and deleted my Tinder account. I did go to the police tonight, but since it wasn't a direct threat, they can't do much. The cops think that James was more or less full of shit and just trying to scare me, since some people love getting off on that shit. He said I did the right thing by blocking and reporting him, and said I should just keep my eyes open and alert the people at my work. Scary thing is, James seemed perfectly normal, but he lied about being married, how he felt towards his life, and he flipped like a switch. His excuse for not being upfront about being married was that they were going to get a divorce. He seemed so dulce and unassuming that the hatred and aggressive attitude was insane. I have to honestly wonder what would have happened had I gone to talk for 5 minutes. I'm kind of concerned since they do know where I work, but if either of them try anything, then the cops can actually nail them. What a weekend.